Is it recording?
Hey y'all, Rhiannon Marie, baker blogger behind Baked in the South. I am doing my casting video for the Food Network and their next show, Baking Championship. So I'm super excited, and today we are going to be making a bourbon bacon eggnog bread pudding. So it's going to be fabulous. Just a little bit about myself. 34 years old. I live in Newport News, Virginia. And I started my food blog Baked in the South about 2 years ago. I have a passion for cooking and photography, and I absolutely love to cook for family and friends, and that's just a great way for me to be creative and to share my food with everyone that I love. Grew up in New Hampshire. My love of cooking came from being with my mom. She was a stay-at-home mom, and she was an excellent cook, is an excellent cook. She we would bake bread and we would make these big family dinners together, and we always sat down together as a family every single night to eat. So that's, I think, where my love of cooking came from, and sharing with my friends and loved ones. So again, we're going to go ahead and get started today. This again is going to be a bourbon bacon eggnog bread pudding, which is a very southern classic dish. It's out of this world good, so we're very excited to be doing that today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We are going to start with 2 cups of granulated sugar. You want to make sure it's level. And we're going to add 5 beaten eggs. All right. And we're going to just whisk these up real quick. Add that to our sugar mixture. Oh Lord, this is going to be good. Then we are going to add my personal favorite. This is our Southern Comfort Eggnog. Y'all can get this at your local grocery store. They usually only have it around the holidays. I like to stock up on this stuff. It's great to have in the fridge. You can add it to almost anything, and it just adds an amazing flavor, and it's just delicious. So we're going to add 2 cups of our Southern Comfort Eggnog to our mix. Add that in. Then we are going to add 2 teaspoons of, I love this stuff, it's bourbon vanilla. Who knew? Vanilla bourbon together. I mean, what better thing could we ask for here? All right, so 2 teaspoons of vanilla are going to go in our mix. And we are going to whisk that together. Just make a nice mix. Blend it up really well. What's great about bread pudding, you can use stale bread, leftover rolls from the night before. Bread pudding is so fabulous because you really can do anything with it. You can add anything to it. You can take away anything. It's really just a very versatile, fabulous dish. All right, so we're going to go ahead, and this is actually, the bread that I like is a nice crunchy, it's a French bread. I buy a big baguette from the local bakery, and I just chop it up into bite-sized pieces. You want to make sure it's almost stale. You could actually leave this out for a day or 2. It makes it even better because it's going to soak up all that eggnog and bourbon and everything else. So it's absolutely delicious. We're going to pour that over our bread mixture, and we're going to let that sit. Toss it around a little bit. Actually, I need my other, there. Just want to coat the bread. It's going to sit and kind of soak up all that delicious eggnog. and the egg. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move this stuff out of my way. All right, so we're gonna let this sit for just about 5 minutes just so it can kind of soak up all of that deliciousness. And we're gonna make a topping. So the topping is what really makes a yummy, yummy bread pudding. All right, so the topping, we're gonna do a half a cup of light brown sugar. So half a cup of light brown sugar. Get it out of here. Half a stick of butter. Can't go wrong with butter. The more the better. And then we have a cup of chopped pecans. Those are going to go in as well. And of course our Smithfield bacon. We want to make sure we have that in there as well. That's just going to add that savory piece to our dish, which is going to make it absolutely fabulous. So we're going to stir that up. Make sure it's well combined. Sometimes I just like to use my hands really because, you know, the spoon just doesn't work all the time. So we're going to toss it with our hands. Make sure it's nice and well combined. You want that sugar to be real coated on the bacon with the butter. It's going to give that nice crunch to the top of your bread pudding. It's going to be fabulous. All right, just going to wash my hands real quick. All right, so now we've got our bread pudding to put together. We have our topping put together with our bacon and our pecans. Now we're going to go ahead and get it into our baking dish, and we're going to go ahead and get that baking. All right, so here I have this is just a deep casserole dish. So we are going to take the bread pudding mixture and we're going to pour it into our casserole dish. Just spread it around, make sure it's nice and even. Then we are going to top it with our bacon and brown sugar combination. Oh Lord, this is going to be good. And we'll have some wine while we're... All right, y'all. So this is ready to go in the oven. And we're going to bake this at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes. It's just going to come out absolutely delicious. And then we're going to work on our sauce. It's kind of a glaze that we're going to put on at the end of the baking. And it's just going to make it even that more delicious. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this in the oven, and then we're going to start on our glaze. All right, so you're going to use a saucepan for the glaze. And for the sauce, we are going to, again, use more sugar. So this is going to be another cup of granulated sugar. And we're just going to melt this. It's really just going to be a combination of deliciousness. Sugar, butter. So that's going to go in our saucepan. Then we're going to add a beaten egg. So I need to beat an egg real quick. Let me go ahead and use one of these. All right, beat an egg. That's going to go in our sauce. And then we're also going to add a little bit more vanilla. So we've got our bourbon vanilla here. Just another teaspoon of that, so not too much. And then we're gonna add our old friend Jim Beam bourbon. So that's gonna make our sauce absolutely just out of this world incredible. So we are gonna do a 1/4 cup of this nice bourbon here. So, and I always like to add a little more for good measure. You can never have too much bourbon in your cooking, I mean. All right, so we're gonna cook this over just a medium heat until it's just all melted and together, and that's gonna be our bourbon glaze for our bourbon bacon bread pudding. So I'm gonna get that started. All right, so while that's cooking, again, I just want to tell you a little bit more about myself. I cook every day. I love to cook. I love to share with my family and friends. I love to bake bread. I love to make pies. We do a family style dinner on Sundays where we invite all of our friends and family over, and we have just these amazing meals together, and it's just probably one of my favorite things to do of all time. So I just love it, and this is my passion, and I'm super excited. So I'm super excited to be trying out for the Food Network, and I think it's going to be an awesome opportunity. So now we're going to pull out our bourbon bacon bread pudding, and we'll get the glaze on top. Gonna be good, y'all. All right, so now we have our baked and complete bourbon, bacon, and eggnog bread pudding. And we have our glaze. It's just about done. So we're gonna go ahead and once that glaze is complete, we're gonna pour it over the top and we're gonna eat, and it's gonna be delicious. All right, our glaze is complete. We are just going to drizzle it over the top of our bread pudding. And voila, we have an amazing dessert. And this is great for holidays, or just, you could even do it for breakfast. And here it is, our finished product. All right, y'all. Thanks for listening today. I had a great time. Next Food Network champion.